Myself, Megha Rathod. I am teaching maths in LPSAVANI VIDHYABHAVAN. Today we start chapter number 6. The name of the chapter number 6 is Lines and Angles. We start the chapter number 6 before we have to discuss some important notes. In important notes, we have to discuss definitions, axioms and theorems. Here, first of all, first definition is a line segment. A line who has two endpoints is called a line segment. Ray, a line who has one endpoint, that is initial point, and the other side infinitely drawn, is called a ray. Collinear points, the points lie on the same line, is called the collinear points. Here give you some points and all points lie on the same line. So these given points are called the collinear points. Non-collinear points. The points do not lie on the same line is called the non-collinear points. Angle. When two rays originate from the same end point, then formed an angle. We know ray has a one initial point. So here we can say that two rays originate from the same point, then formed an angle. Arms. The rays making an angle are called arms. Vertex. The end point of the arms is called the vertex. Acute angle. An angle measures between 0 to 90 degree is called an acute angle. This definition you learn, but now we have to revise all these definitions for this lesson. Now right angle. An angle measures exactly 90 degree is called a right angle. Obtuse angle. An angle measures greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Here we discuss about the below 90 degree, 90 degree and above 90 degree, acute angle, right angle and obtuse angle. 11th, straight angle. An angle measures equal to 180 is called a straight angle. 12th, reflex angle. An angle which is greater than 180 but less than 360 is called a reflex angle. Complementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degree are called a complementary angles. 14th, supplementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 180 degree are called the supplementary angle. 15. Adjacent angles. Two angles which have a common vertex, a common arm, and then non-common arms are different sides of the common arm are called the adjacent angles. 16. Linear pair of angles. Two adjacent angles whose non-common arms are two opposite side rays are called linear pair of angles. The sum of linear pair of angles is 180. This line you have to learn. Okay, the sum of the linear pair of angles is 180. Now 17th, vertically opposite angles. Two angles made by two lines whose arms form two pairs of opposite angles are called the vertically opposite angles. The measure of vertically opposite angles is equal. Here when you draw the two lines and intersects these two lines and opposite angles, you can say that these opposite angles is equal. Now 18th, transversal. A line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. Here you draw the two lines and now you see in the figure, here I draw AB and CD two lines and LM is a transversal of AB and CD. Now 19th, corresponding angles. Here give you the angle number. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now you can see here angle 1 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 7. These are corresponding angles and their measurements are equal. This line you remember, corresponding angles, measurement are always equal. Now 20th, alternate interior angles. Here also we use the before figure. Angle 3 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 8. These are alternate interior angles and their measurement are always equal. 21st. Alternate exterior angles. Angle 1 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 6. These are alternate exterior angles and their measurements are equal. 22nd. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So here, angle 2 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 8. These are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. The sum of these angles are 180. Here we completed all the definitions. Total 22 definitions we have to complete it, and you have to learn all the definitions perfectly. Now we have to explain, understand the axioms which is given in this chapter and which we use here. So I discuss first the axioms. I discuss with figure in the Zoom classes. Here I explain only. First, if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180. Now you can see here, if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so form is 180. Next, the sum of two adjacent angles is 180. Then the non-common arms of the angles form a line. These axioms we have to used in sums so many times. Here give you the sum of the two adjacent angles is 180. If given two angles and this is the adjacent angles and the sum is 180, then the non-common arms of the angles, you can say that this is a line. Third axiom, if a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Here two lines is given and a transversal intersects two lines and the pair of corresponding angles is equal. So then we can say that the given two lines are parallel to each other. Axiom 4. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Here 4 axioms we have completed and these axioms we have to use in the sum. Now we have to start the theorems. Here 3 theorems we write with proof and other theorems only we understand with statement and we use in the sum. Here theorem 6.1, first theorem. This is a very important theorem and we write here given to prove and proof all the things. Now first statement. If two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. Given two lines AB and CD intersects at a point O. To prove angle AOC is equal to angle DOB. Second, angle BOC is equal to angle DOE. Now you can see the figure here. Here in the figure draw two lines AB and CD and intersect at O and make angle AOD, BOD, BOC and AOC. Now proof. Ray OD stand on line AB. Here in figure you say ray OD stand on line AB. So angle AOD and angle BOD is a linear pair. So angle AOD plus angle DOB is equal to 180 degree. This is equation number 1 and this is a linear pair. Same thing. Ray OA stand on line CD. So angle AOD plus angle AOC is equal to 180 because these are linear pairs and this is equation number 2. Now from equation 1 and 2 we can write that angle AOD plus angle DOB is equal to angle AOD plus angle AOC. But AOD OD cancel because it is both side. Now angle DOB is equal to angle AOC. Similarly we can prove that angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Here we prove the theorem 6.1. Now we start theorem 6.2. First statement I read. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of the alternate interior angles is equal. Given AB and CD are two parallel lines. Transversal T intersects AB at P and CD at Q, making two pairs of alternate interior angles, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Now you see in the figure, here I draw AB and CD two parallel lines. T is a transversal. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is given here. Now, here to prove angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Proof. We have angle 2 is equal to angle 5, vertically opposite angle. You can see in the figure, 2 and 5 and 6 and 3 is the vertically opposite angles. Now, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles, so angle 1 is equal to angle 5. So, we can here see that both angle is equal to 5. So, we can write angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Again, angle 3 is equal to angle 6 and angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Because angle 3 is equal to angle 6 is a vertically opposite angle and angle 4 is equal to angle 6 is equal to corresponding angles. So here both angle equal to angle 6. So we can write that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Thus we prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Thus we can prove our statement, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Now theorem 6.3. Here these theorems we read the statement and only understand. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of alternate angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel. This theorem is a theorem of 6.2's opposite theorem. Here give you, if a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, if we prove that alternate interior angles are equal, then we can say that the given two lines are parallel. Now theorem 6.4. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. Supplementary means sum of the two angles is 180. So here you can prove that if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is 180. Sum of the angles is 180. Now, theorem number 6.5. If the transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of their transversal is supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. Same thing for the interior alternate angles. Here we interior same side of the transversal angle, we can discuss it. If the transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary, then we can say that the given two lines are parallel. Now, theorem 6.6. Lines which are parallel to same line are parallel to each other. Here, lines, suppose AB and CD and XY lines, AB parallel CD and CD parallel XY. So, we can say that AB parallel XY. Here, these four theorems, we only use these statements without proof. Theorem number 6.7. The sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. A triangle is a three angles and sum of these three angles is 180 we have to prove. Now given a triangle ABC, to prove angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. figure. Here I draw the two figure. First in figure I draw a triangle ABC and angle A is equal to angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3 is given. Now I draw in second figure a parallel lines L parallel BC and here give you the other making angles 4 and angle 5. Now construction. Through a draw a line L parallel to BC. Through A means point from point A, we have to draw a line L which parallel to BC. Here we draw ourselves this line, so I write here a construction in theorem. In figure, you draw any line, any angle yourself. So at that time, you have to write the construction compulsory in the theorem. Now proof. L parallel BC. So, angle 2 is equal to angle 4 are alternate angles and angle 3 is equal to angle 5 alternate angles. Now add 1 and 2. The angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 5. Here add angle A both side. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 5. But sum of the angles at a point on a line is 180 because this is straight angle and straight angle is a 180. So here you can see in the figure angle 4, angle 1 and angle 5 are on the straight angle. So the sum of these angles is 180. So we can write angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. But above we write that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 5. But here we prove angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. So we can write that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. But we give the name of angle 1, 2, 3. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Thus, the sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180 because we prove that angle A, angle B and angle C are the triangle of the angles, and these three angles, sum of these three angles is 180. So we can say that the sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180. Now last theorem, theorem 6.8, and this is a very important theorem. We use this theorem in so many sums, but without proof we have to understand here. If a side of a triangle is produced, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. Here I draw a figure, triangle ABC, and I make an angle, exterior angle, angle 4. Here this theorem says that angle 4 is equal to sum of the interior opposite angles means angle 1 plus angle 2. Here angle 4 is the exterior angles and opposite angles, interior opposite angles means angle 1 and angle 2 because angle 3 and 4 are linear pairs. So here we can write that angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. Here all theorems, important notes, definitions, axioms all are completed, and now we start the exercises. But first of all you understand all these things and write all the things in your fair book.